Welcome to this special edition of In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcast. A few weeks back, we had some former players on the show.
Hold on one second. Do you have a co-host? Are you going to introduce me? Did I lose my job or something?
Welcome to the show. I am your host, Daryl Early. This is my co-host, T. Will.
What it do?
My bad. I'm just anxious to get into the show, man. Okay. This is a very special show. I didn't even introduce myself.
Don't be sorry. Be careful.
I know, right? Look, this is a special Treadwell High School Basketball Hall of Fame nomination show. As you guys know, a few weeks back, we had a few former players on here, and we threw the idea around of a Hall of Fame, and to our delight, we're moving forward with this process.
Great participation.
Yeah,
so shout out to the Treadwell alumni for making it happen. I mean, you guys did the thing, man.
Y'all did a great job. I want to give a special thanks to some of the people that emailed in some names. I'm going to be honest. Some of these names I never heard of before, but
we did our research.
We did a little research, and
a lot of it was valid.
Special thanks to Terry Arnett, David Corum, Nikita Braden, Lindo Swindle, Trip Campbell, Alice Hart, Angelique Matheny, and Sarita Arnold. They sent in some great names, and we just appreciate the support. We appreciate you sending in those names, and it's just so far it's been a great thing. As you know, we decided to do this to kind of rekindle some of the school pride, considering now that Treadwell's not a high school anymore. But we kind of wanted to do something, just to look back and reminisce on the good old days. So we created this Hall of Fame to honor the players, and not just the players, but the fans that came out to support the teams. Firstly, we want to let you know, anyone that may have not been nominated, everything was strictly done by either word of mouth, email, or text message. And like I said, I got some text messages, I got some word of mouth. We start going into our closet of, I remember this guy playing and that guy playing. So if anyone was left off, I just want you guys to know it was not intentional. The most difficult part for us was trying to include people from all eras of Treadwell. Yeah. That's where some of the people that called in or nominated people through email, intheclutchpodcast@gmail.com. That's why we want to thank them so much for doing that. We even got some, we had talked about Coach Curry, but we got some more coaches nominated.
Some great coaches.
Yeah, some great coaches. So now what we thought was going to be relatively easy and not as hard, we got a lot of names. So we got more names than we originally anticipated. So either the plaque going to get bigger or some people not going to make it in.
Yeah, and we decided to make room for as many as we could. We decided to put all these great coaches in their own separate category. We decided to nominate the 1977 championship team led by Hank McDowell. We give them their own separate section. We also are going to, we started off with our four, how do you want to call it? The four.
It was kind of,
I don't want to say the four greatest of all times. Now, to me, in my era, it's the four
greatest of all time. Yeah, during our time period, yeah.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about those as well. And after we do that, everybody else is going to be voted on in tiers. We're going to put a list of nominees out. Matter of fact, it should be out shortly, where a list of the nominees and all that stuff are going to be out. Just keep in mind, when these nominees are actually put out there on the page, this is only going to be for 50% of their overall score. The committee is going to account for the other 50%.
Sound like a plan to me.
Oh yeah.
Sound like a good plan.
And the finalists who will be inducted is going to be on a very special Thanksgiving Day episode of In the Clutch podcast on November the 26th. So keep that date in mind. November the 26th is going to be the big day, and it's going to be a very special edition.
Yeah, that's on Thanksgiving, so somebody be happy.
And it's going to be some sad ones too. And look, man, again, all this stuff is when we started to do this and we created this, it's all in fun. But we got a serious side to this because I believe, Treadwell has groomed a lot of the hotbed prospects, of any high school. We've always been known as we were also known as, one of the smaller schools, and we weren't one of the White Havens of the world or the Hamilton Wildcats, but we felt like that we could give them a run for their money and just as good as as them as well. And just a tribute to the list of the nominees that you will see later in the show, that we got a lot of good talent that came out of Treadwell High School.
I totally concur, considering I played basketball there.
Did you?
Yeah, I played there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was in between two greats.
Yeah. You were actually pretty good.
Well, thank you.
So we'll see later in the show if you actually made the cut.
We shall see. But once again, the finalists will be inducted into the Treadwell Hall of Fame. We're gonna put that list out November 26th. That's Thanksgiving Day. So before you watch your football, just check out In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcast to see who all made it.
And one thing I forgot to mention, we also have a veterans category where some people that, keep in mind, a lot of people we really, really didn't know. So we had to do a lot of research that entailed, anything out there on the internet or word of mouth and different things like that. But the list that we came up with, we thought that they should be grandfathered in as Hall of Famers within the Treadwell organization, and we're going to give them their own separate separate spot. So yeah, that's another good thing. So it just goes to show you that we're not just looking at our era, the era after us, or just the one before us. We actually spent a lot of time doing a lot of research and trying to get this thing right. So like I said, everybody's not going to be happy, but at the end of the day, we do feel comfortable with everything that we've put into it and all the criteria that we've put out there and all the feedback that we've received, that we have the right group of people listed.
Right, and like we said, and we can't say it enough, if we don't include someone or someone don't make the cut and all of that, please do not be mad at us, because like I said, it's hard for us to try to get every player that was deserving, because ain't no way we could catalog everybody that ever played for Treadwell. We can't Google it and say who played in this year and that year. Some of the players' names that came up, we have some information on them, and some we didn't. So, it was up for, the nomination period lasted pretty much a month.
Yeah, you gave it a month, and we gave plenty of reminders for those that we left out, not intentionally, but or anything like that, for you to chime in and give it to us, so we could do our due diligence and try to add them to the list as well. So like I said, it's going to be a fun and upcoming time, And we're going to treat this like the real Hall of Fame. I mean, we got some magnificent sweaters that we got in mind for the inductees,
right,
to wear, and who knows, the inductees might want to just wear the sweaters. If it was me, I would want to put that thing in a glass frame. You know what I mean, with my name on it. But like I said, I don't want to let the cat out the bag. But we have some nice sweaters, and we're going to treat that, something that we would do sort of like a annual type of thing. And we'll have a little bit more details later in the show of something we have got planned for 2021.
Right. So like I said, it's for fun. We're basically doing it for fun, but then, it kind of got a little more serious, but we want to definitely make sure we let everybody know that if anybody wasn't included, it's not intentional. I mean, that's all we can say about that. We tried to get as many people as we can, and I'm sure over the years it's someone we left out, but it was not intentional. But with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to give you this list of coaches, veterans, and acknowledge the 1977 state championship team. We'll be right back.
Are you in need of a professional yard service? Call Ernest Payne at Payne's Lawn Service. He provides a quote and a free estimate for gutter cleaning, leaf removal, mulching, flower beds, edging, family plots, and fallen limb removal. No job is too small for Ernest Payne. He can be reached at 901-620-7469.
And we are back. We're going to start right off with these coaches that got nominated, and we decided, ain't no need in voting on the coaches. We're going to automatically put them in.
Yeah, and boy, do we got 3 good ones.
Got 3 good ones.
Let me take that back. 3 great ones.
Exactly.
3 great coaches.
2 of these were called in as nominees or emailed as nominees. And
after research on these 2, these were some bad guys.
Coaches, yeah.
And let me give you the name. Then you can tell me if they seem to be like they bad.
The first, I guess this will be the first inductee, Coach Bill Bear McLean. Any kind of way your name Bear, that kind of just that goes without saying right there.
And our logo is Eagles.
It's an eagle,
but you Bear. So you had to be a bad guy. So congratulations to Coach Bear. And
the second coach, Coach Robert Randolph, he coached that 77 championship team.
Yep, and to this day, that's the greatest team of the Treadwell High School history.
You would have to say so.
You have to say they won.
They're the only one with the title.
Yep.
And so shout out to Coach Robert Randolph.
Yeah.
Thirdly,
I know this one is real sentimental to you.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah.
And I think everybody know who the third one is, Coach Garmer Curry. Not to diminish anything to anybody these other coaches, but
we just had real live experiences.
Yeah, real live experiences, and not just. I want to just, and I'm sure these other coaches were the same way. With Coach Curry, it wasn't just about basketball. He taught me so much about life, and every other player that I talked to that had an experience with him say the exact same thing. It wasn't all about basketball. He also taught us about life. So, I mean, I could go on and on about Coach Curry and just, but
he was a great
rest
guy.
In peace, rest in peace, Coach
great
Curry.
Teacher.
I wish he was here to receive this award.
Yeah, but we got the next best thing. We got Garmer Curry Jr., man.
Oh yeah,
we got his son. We'll bring him in.
We'll bring somebody in.
We'll definitely bring him in to accept on his dad's behalf.
But big shout out to all 3 of these coaches. Okay, now let's move on. We just talked about this. The 1977 state championship team. We know it was led by Hank McDowell, but there was some more great players on that team. So we just decided, hey, we putting that whole starting 5 in.
They got to be in.
I mean, no question about it.
Yep.
So that'll be Hank McDowell, Robbie Randolph Jr., which was the coach's son.
Oh, that's Coach's son?
That's coach's son.
All right.
Phil Simms, not the quarterback, but
Yeah, when I first saw that, I'm like, it's got to be a typo.
but it's Phil Simms,
Yeah.
Mickey Harlow, and Philip Coyle. And like we said, they were coached by Coach Robert Randolph. So let's give those guys a round of applause.
Congrats. Well deserved.
Well deserved. So now, this was the section that we couldn't research all of these. You know, some of this was word of mouth. Some of it was, we got their name and Google searches and this and that. So some of them popped up on Google searches, and we decided, hey, they deserve to be in. So I'm gonna let Terry handle the veteran. We want to call this the veteran section.
Yeah, this is the veteran section. So these are inductees as well, and I'm going to do it in order of graduation year. First of all, we're going to come out with Daryl Garrett, and he was the class of 1966. And this guy right here, I've done a ton of research on this guy right here, but this guy was a bad man.
Just look, when you sent me over all of his stuff, all he accomplished, I was like, wow, how have we never heard of him?
I don't know, but
no, wait a minute. Big up to Michael Clear, because Michael Clear confirmed everything.
He sure did.
Michael Clear confirmed that, yeah, man.
Big up's Clear, yeah.
Did you say his name yet?
But I'm trying to figure out, no, I hadn't called his name yet, but going back to Clear, was Clear in the 12th grade 20 years? How does Cliff know about
Clear got connections, man.
Yeah, I know that. Okay.
He got connections.
Yeah, okay. Well, without further ado, Kerry Todd is the guy that we were just talking about, man. This was 1967, so there wasn't no streaming or Googling devices and all that type of stuff right there. But this guy popped up.
He popped up
on multiple different sites, man. So
we might have to do a whole nother show on him.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a whole nother show on him. But congrats to Kerry Todd. Next will be Bill Turner, class of 1972. Michael Bates, class of 1979. Also in 1979, our first veteran female Eagle alumni, Sharon Cooper. Congratulations, Sharon. Robert Knox, 1981. Oh, and here's another bad man, Mr. Doyle Harper.
The General,
Doyle Harper, and he was class of 1983. And last but not least, another bad man, and this is one I have to admit that I didn't know too much about, but it's so many different people that have reached out to us about this guy. I mean, I've heard multiple things over the last 2 or 3 weeks about this guy, but last but not least, Demetrius Marshall, class of 1984. So let's give it up to all of our veterans that were inducted to the Hall of Fame. Well deserved. And we got a place for you on that plaque in Eagle alumni history.
It's I mean, just looking at the coaches and the state championship team and the list of names on the veterans list, it's just starting to just excite me.
Yeah.
Just looking at, and like I said, some of these guys I've never heard of, heard great things about them. Some of them I know. And I can attest that, they were some bad men. And we got a lady on here, so
kudos.
So what we're going to do now, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we're going to announce, we got 4 outstanding
I got
inductees.
I can't wait to come back from the break.
And 2 of them probably pretty obvious. The other 2 are as deserving, and it's not just based on their performance. It's based on what they started to build
Yeah, for the future of Treadwell. Yeah.
Yeah, they started to build something, and it grew into something even probably greater than what their expectations were.
Yeah.
So we'll come back with those 4 names.
Before we go to the break, let me, to all of the veterans and anybody still living from the 1977 team and coaches, if anybody knows of these people or anything like that, please have them to either call into the show or email us at in the clutch podcast at gmail.com, or just reach out to us and subscribe, because this is something that I want the word to get out to subscribe to the page, because this is a big moment. This is nothing that we just decided to do and all that. This is something that we want them to cherish as well as what we're doing. So please have them reach out, the ones that know these people, the ones that are still alive, the ones that have passed on, their significant other, immediate family, or somebody to reach out to the show, because we got something special that we are planning for the end of 2021, dealing with the induction ceremony.
Right, and if they can be there, that'll be just great. Yeah. We want to have inclusion from everybody, and not just the players. The fans, and me and Terry are part of, and I know it's different Treadwell alumni associations, groups, or whatever. We're a part of one. And we always talk about how we want to get everybody together. Yeah. The younger people, the older people, So this would be a great event, because we span in the whole spectrum of the years of Treadwell. And if we could bring everybody together for such a big event, I think that'll be great.
Yeah, and for those that are down sick or can't actually make it, later next year or whatever, for whatever reason, have kind of, scheduling conflicts, we can probably do a video.
We can do something.
We can do something where you can accept your induction through video. So there's a lot of different ways. So don't feel like it's obligated for you to come or anything like that. But we want to let you know that you're loved, you're appreciated, and you were definitely thought of when we started this project.
Right, and the biggest thing is we want to give you due recognition. Even if you hadn't been recognized before now, we want to make sure that you're being recognized now. But with that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with those 4 outstanding inductees.
Elite Legacy Logistics. Rise and shine. Let's grind. Are you a carrier? Tired of doing all the hard work yourself? Let me help with that. Are you aspiring to become a truck driver? I can help with that too. Join this $800 billion industry. Let me do the hard work so you don't have to. The best is the least that we can do. Call or text 954-414-7115. You can also email us at info@elitelegacy.net. Got a truck? We have loads. Must have valid MC number.
And we are back. We're back to announce 4 outstanding inductees into the Treadwell High School Basketball Hall of Fame. Like we said previously, these 4 not only excelled on the court, their legacy and what they left behind for players behind them was instrumental in creating somewhat of a basketball, would you say powerhouse or?
Yeah, powerhouse would be a good word, but I think more importantly with these 4 that we're about to announce, that they're squeaky clean as far as their image, background, not been into any trouble or anything. And like I said, I'm just a firm believer that when you talk about the greatest of all time, like we talked about in one of our previous shows, that character has a lot to do with it, and these are 4 high character individuals, and we're friends with these people. It's just an honor, and like I said, I got goosebumps even talking about them. But it shouldn't be a surprise when you name the list of who actually made it.
And these are in no particular order. Well, yes, they are. I kind of put them in the order I wanted them in.
Yeah, but you do. Looks like you got them in the order of graduating year. Look like. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
It's. Let's just go ahead and name them. First, Elliot Perry, class of 1987.
Chuck, Pip.
Gotta get him his.
You gotta get that man. That's a great guy, man.
And I played with him, so of course that has a little something to do with it.
Chuck is a great guy.
He was
great
the one.
guy.
He was instrumental in me even coming to Treadwell.
Yeah. So
big ups to him.
Big love, Chuck.
Now we got to get you on the show.
Yeah, that's the least you can do now.
We don't induct you.
Well, I actually, like I said, talked to him at a Grizzlies game probably about 8 or 9 months ago, and we were actually up there. And he's always been a giving person, and actually, wanted to give back. And he used to always tell me, whatever we did with the alumni, that he would help. Right. He just wanted to make sure that it was legitimate and it was the funds or whatever the donations were going to the right place. And he knew that we were a part of the alumni, and he knew that the money would be, or the gifts would be done in the right way. So he's always said to reach out to him. I think the last thing we were talking about, we never got a chance to follow up on it. We were trying to talk about getting some coats for the Treadwell Middle School for some of the less fortunate over there. So always has been a giving person. You can't tell that this guy, has money or anything. He's always been the same, even keel. And I'm just proud to call him a Hall of Famer.
No doubt. I'm just reminiscing on the ride to the game in the Vega.
The Vega. I forgot about the Vega.
Yeah, we was in the Vega.
Yeah,
my 10th grade. And he was in the Vega.
Yeah, he's very, very. I don't know if he is now, but I ain't gonna call him cheap. But Chuck was always frugal, very frugal, and I think he had his Jeep all the way till when he was playing in the pros. I think he had the Jeep a long time.
He still got it.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I think I heard somebody. We was talking about that. I think somebody said he still got it.
Oh, okay.
I keep that though.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying. Let's just say he was one of the nice. He always liked to be dapper when he goes out, but he can also be cheap and frugal too. So
don't call him man cheap.
But that's how you keep some money.
It really is.
Congrats, Chuck.
And this next person, I'm pretty sure he's not worried about any money.
No.
Anfernee Penny Hardaway, class of 1990.
Man,
I mean the accolades don't stop. So no explanation needed.
No, I mean, what can't you say about this guy? Love this guy to death. He's down, very well spoken. The current coach of the Memphis Tigers, I think he's doing an outstanding job there.
I'm cheering for him as long as they ain't playing Duke.
Well, even if they're playing Duke, man, that's our alumni. You got to put that to the side. You got to get you one of those shirts, half Duke, half Memphis. You got to do that for our guy. He deserves it. He's worn the label well as to me the greatest, if not the greatest, Treadwell Eagle that ever lived. And like I said, this is my opinion, but I mean, a lot of folks feel like me, and hopefully we can actually get him on the show. But he has a lot of demand going on with the school and all these new King Cotton commercials and all that type of stuff. So he may not have time, but I'm gonna hold it to him. He's gonna either do an interview with us. He doesn't have to come on the show, but we'll Zoom. We'll do something. But we definitely want him to reach out and accept this as. I'm acting like the boxer on Harlem Nights. I'm sorry. It's prestigious award.
I wasn't even gonna say that. I was gonna let you slide with that one. But big ups to Penny. I played with him also.
Yeah.
So, you know, two guys that I played with. Ain't nothing you can say about them. It's just they were great players. Moving on to the third person, and this person, when I say
on the edge,
well, when I say they instilled into me, and that's why I have a lot of respect for this person, because I end up wearing his number. Mm-hmm. And when he came to the practice, he was like, "Oh, early, you wearing number 4?" He said, "Man, you know what come with that?" And I was like, "No, not really." And
what, shooting and no passing?
I wish I would have knew that, because I would have been putting up some more shots. But he basically told me, you know, this the big league now. And if you're gonna wear number 14, you're gonna have to represent that number better than I represented it. If not as good, better than me.
Yeah.
So and I had already looked up to him. So that really kind of put some pressure on me, but it was good pressure.
Yeah, Clear was a marksman. I mean,
so let's announce his name. So
okay, I'm sorry.
I did it earlier to you, so it was only right that you did it back to me.
Yeah.
But this third person is Michael Clear, class of 1985.
Congratulations, Clear. You finally made it. You finally made something of your life. You finally made something of your life, you know. No, but this guy right here.
Be honest, Terry. Terry pushed for this.
No, I actually
Terry
did.
Pushed for this.
I actually pushed for Clear. You know, I joke a lot about Clear. He still didn't want to pass. You know, he never did meet a 501 break that somebody else got the ball.
But you know what he told me?
What?
Besides Chuck, who was I gonna throw it to? Wait a minute, I ain't say that right. Besides Chuck, man, who was I supposed to throw it to?
I guess you got a point. But it's well deserved. I think, you know, you taught Chuck a lot. You know,
it wouldn't be no Chuck if it wasn't.
No, it wouldn't be no Chuck without you, man. And just the wisdom that you've shared, and the thing about it is, when you left Treadwell, you weren't too far behind, you know, going forward. You was always there for the team.
You end up coaching there.
You end up coaching there. You end up doing a lot of things. That you had great love for the school, and to me, that deserves kudos by itself, that you don't forget where you came from.
And not only that, he's still training kids now. Matter of fact, he's training my daughter.
Yeah.
So that's the stuff that I'm talking about, that the legacy you left and the things that you continue to do merit induction.
Yeah. And he still got that drive and passion, because I just asked your daughter the other day. I said, "How's it going?" Yeah, he don't play.
No, he don't.
You know, so kudos to Michael Clear. You deserve to be there, man, and we're just proud of you.
Very proud. Okay, now this fourth inductee. This another person that played a role in my basketball career.
Did you say she?
She. I said she. She played a role, and it was sandlot ball, but she pushed me to be a better player. She instilled so much confidence in me, and even without all of that, she still deserves to be in, because she was a bad woman.
Yeah, the baddest woman that I think that have roamed the halls of Treadwell. Again, that's my personal opinion, and I'm gonna call her the OG.
Class of 1984, you made it, Rita Fondren.
Congrats, Rita. That's the real OG.
The real OG.
The real OG.
She was an outstanding scorer, shooter, everything. You know, just another round of applause for all four of these inductees. I think it was almost a no-brainer.
No-brainer, well-deserved.
And let's make something clear, that we don't put any of these inductees over any other one. It's just, if you in the Hall of Fame, you in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
So no one is any higher than anybody else. The ones we've named so far, let's just say they're 1A, and whoever else gets in, we'll just call them 1B.
I think the best word to put it, they're the best of the best.
Right.
The best of the best, in our opinion.
That makes good sense.
The best of the best. You all are the best, in our opinion, for you to even, and don't get it wrong, we're finna get ready to talk about the nominees, but to even be nominated, to be alongside of the names that we've already, I mean, just that's kudos by itself.
Man, it's like our 12th show. This is the first smart thing you said.
Oh, you wrote that down, did you? Ladies and gentlemen,
You want to go down? You want to go down this list, or you want to take a quick break?
let's take a quick break.
Okay, we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna come back with the list of nominees. These people are not in yet. This is just a list of nominees, and we will be voting on these. So y'all hang on. We'll be right back. Lily May handmade aromatherapy products offer several essential oil-based and fragrance-based products. Our line includes a myriad of body butter, creams, bath bombs, lip balms, and so much more. Our products are handmade with focal points of integrity, quality, and wellness. Add Lily May to your self-care routine and enjoy the benefits of aromatherapy. And we are back. We are now about to list the name of nominees.
Yeah.
Not inductees now. These are just
Don't confuse it.
These are nominees for induction into the Treadwell High School Basketball Hall of Fame. So, Terry, I'm going to let you, and we just put these in alphabetical order, so they're in no particular order. They're in alphabetical order. So, Terry, I'm going to let you go ahead and run down that list.
Okay, before I run down the list, just want to give you a little criteria. These will be put on the Treadwell alumni Facebook page shortly. So we encourage you to get out there and you vote. Vote for how many you want to vote for. I mean, it's that's totally up to you. My only thing is let's keep the integrity. And these are people that you feel like that actually, had a great Treadwell career, whether, it's on the court, off the court, or whatever the reasons may be. But we want to try to keep this as clean as possible. Go out there and vote as many times as you want.
You can't vote for one person as much as you want. You can vote for multiple individuals.
Well, that's what I meant. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Multiple, as many as individuals as you want, but
you feel are deserving.
You're right, that you feel are deserving. Again, this is only going to be 50% of the vote. So just because, for example, you vote for somebody doesn't mean, or this person has, so many amount of votes that they're automatically in. The committee will have the final say, and the other 50% of the votes. So this is only going to be worth 50%.
And just so you guys know, I play a minimum part in the selection.
Yeah, he
I chickened out.
Yeah, he chickened out. So if you don't get nominated, don't blame Daryl.
If you don't get inducted, don't blame me.
Yeah, if you don't
get
get
nominated, but if you don't get inducted, don't blame me.
Yeah. Like Daryl said, this is the order is just in alphabetical order. So let's get this started. The first of the nominees is going to be George P.J. Arnold. He was a bad man too. Now, if I'm mistaken, that's a Rita's brother.
Yeah, that's a Rita.
That's a Rita brother. So I mean, I remember him playing over at Treadwell. He also played college over at UAB, if I'm not mistaken. So shout outs to George P.J. Arnold. One of my favorite girls is next, Tosha Borner. Tosha, you did it. You got nominated. You did it.
You ain't getting no free plate.
You get no free. No,
you ain't getting no free.
She
plate.
may give me a free plate. She may give me a free plate. This next lady that was nominated on 3 or 4 different occasions. I have to admit, I hadn't heard anything of it. But if somebody, I think she may have been one of our highest nominees. I mean,
yeah.
they come in, but
multiple
she got multiple nominations. So you had to take that into consideration. So congratulations to, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Cynthia Coco Butler. That's Cynthia. So congratulations to Cynthia for being a nominee. This next guy, and that's why I go to show you, we had to, this next guy is your cousin.
Right.
He's your cousin. But to me, I watched this guy, throughout his entire career over there at Treadwell, and I call him the enforcer. Everything that you saw on the stat sheet didn't even do it justice when it came down to this guy. He gave it his all on and off the court, his leadership abilities and all that. That's to me what made his nominee great. And that's Tim Burrell.
Shout out to my cousin.
Shout out to cousin Tim. Well deserved. Next guy is going to be Sam Branch. For those that remember, Sam Branch was back there in the mid '80s. So congratulations to Sam. Devin Douglas, D Square. Devin Douglas. That's my guy there. He always gave
another enforcer.
Yeah, now he wasn't.
No, Devin was an enforcer when I played.
Yeah, Devin was an enforcer, but Devin was cool. On the floor, he was enforcer, but Devin was always the cool cat, the cool guy, twin and all that. So congratulations to Devin.
And with anytime you say Devin, I got to send a shout out to Courtney.
Oh yeah,
because if I don't send a shout out to Big Mac, she gonna get mad.
All right, Courtney Douglas, the one in charge. Congratulations.
She always say, "I'm a Big Mac, you a small fry." That's my girl there.
This next person, you guys ain't gonna believe it. I'm not sure how he got nominated. But it's our host right here, Daryl Early. Congratulations, D. And this is one of the reasons why Daryl sort of purposely backed off of any kind of the judging on this type of stuff, because you know the type of person that he is, full of integrity.
I got high integrity. I'm gonna tell you, if it was left up to me, I'm automatically putting myself in.
Right. Good thing it's not left up to you. But this guy right here was. We had a segment back a few weeks back where we were talking about Batman to Robin, and this guy was the Robin to Elliot Chuck Batman. This guy right there was always there. Chuck can have a bad game. It's easy for him to take over the game or impose his will. So a career 20 and 10 guy. And I'm sure he got about 4 or 5 assists. I can't say that to be sure, but after doing a little bit of research, I think this guy had the greatest free throw percentage in Treadwell High School history. So
if I didn't, I was up there.
Oh yeah, you was up there. You was up there. So congratulations to D. Well deserved. So the next one, you talking about a general. We just talked about the general with Doyle Harper. Now, the general in our era, Chris Garner, man, lightning fast. This guy right here was just tremendous. I mean, Treadwell is known to push out a bunch of top-notch guards, and he was definitely one of the top. He ended up playing with the University of Memphis, had an outstanding career at Treadwell. Excellent floor general. So congrats to our guy, Chris Garner. You got anything to say about Chris? Anything?
He probably was I think he was led the city in steals or something.
I think he did that a couple of years, as a matter of fact. This next guy, Mr. Smooth.
LA.
We call him LA. LaMarcus Golden, man.
Gotta get up there.
Got to get up to LA. I watched this cat, man. I seriously believe if he wouldn't have had that knee injury, I believe the sky was the limit for this guy. This guy also was a general. He was silky smooth out there on on the floor, man. He had good eyeball coordination. To me, he was an excellent passer. He was just good at running a offense, you know that. And he happens to be the cousin of Penny Hardaway. I think he went to the University of Tennessee for a little while. Transferred
to Memphis. I'm glad his game was better than his phone connection when he was on the show.
Oh yeah, you know what? We actually thought about dropping you down a few levels because of your phone connection, man. When we did the little interview a few weeks ago. I think nobody at your stature should have.
I think he got one sentence in.
I think Look, you a top. We call you a legend. You can't be a legend with cricket service when you come on there with us. You should be able to afford something better than that. If not, come talk to us at the show. We can see what we can do to try to help get you some better.
We'll at least get you some 4G service.
We get you something. But LA, you deserve to be there, man. Kudos and congrats to you. We have another lady, and with this name right here, you had to be pretty good too. And her name was Jessica Sugar Mama Jones Henderson. Now, if your name is that long, and people call you Sugar Mama, you got, man, I can imagine once the ball go through the hoop and they say, look at Sugar Mama. You had to be a bad woman. So congratulations to Sugar Mama. We also have another lady, Shavonda Greer Hunt. Kudos to you as well for being a nominee.
Now, I never saw her play, but I've heard
good things about her too.
I don't heard so much about her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, kudos. The next person, James Jenkins Williams. This is another person that I really never really heard much about, but got a few nominations. So, we're gonna take the alumni at their word that you know he deserved to be on here. Now, here's one of my favorites. I used to always be on this young lady all the time. She was, to me, the most unselfish lady player that I've ever seen. I used to always push her. I used to talk to her before games, after games. Shoot the ball more. You're wide open. Shoot. You got great touch. You're intelligent. You know, trust the process and shoot the ball. And I used to get on her all that. She used to sit there and laugh and all that. But I used to be serious with her, and she'll tell you that. But Barbara Johnson. It's Barbara Henderson now, but I always know as BJ. Barbara Johnson. She was always a class act on the floor. Just wouldn't shoot enough for me. I felt like she could have been one of the top 2 or 3 scorers in the city of Memphis because I knew how she practiced. I knew how she played. I knew her intelligence of the game and all that. So congratulations to Barbara Johnson. This next guy. You have to call this guy name or he'll give you death threats.
You already know.
we was almost strong arm. Put him on the list. Yeah.
Almost.
And I'm going to give y'all a hint. I'm going to try to do my impersonation up. Man, what it take to get on the team, man? Man, screw that, man. What it take to get on the team?
This man was the leading. He had more fouls in Treadwell basketball history.
But according to him, he laughed about it. He was happy about it. He said that was his job. He said Coach Curry always told him, use all them fouls, son. Use them all.
And he did pretty much every game.
He pretty much, but this guy was an enforcer. And that's why I say you can't always let the stat sheet fool you. A lot of things that he did for his team, just tremendous. Gave him the will to win.
He was the most integral part of our 1-3-1 press.
Yep. And
he was the most important part.
And without further ado, that's our guy, Reznor Jones, RJ.
My guy, gotta give it up for him.
Now stop holding my family for ransom. This next lady, man, it's a lot I can say about her. If I had to think about, I know we're doing basketball Hall of Fame, but the greatest athlete in Treadwell history, the greatest women's athlete in Treadwell history, to me, and again, I'm
going to say athlete, period.
Yeah, maybe athlete, period. But I know for sure the greatest woman's athlete in Treadwell history, and this young lady played basketball. This young lady was the top runner in track. This lady even was a cheerleader.
On top of all of
that. On top of all that. So when the girls' game was over with, she runs back into the locker room and change into a cheerleader uniform to cheer on the boys. So this young lady right here, to me, and this is my opinion, but I bet you a lot of you people will share the sentiments. But Donna Lee, to me, congratulations, Donna Lee, on being. Congratulations. I'm gonna quickly go down the rest of the list. We got Kim Lester, who's a very good friend of mine. The Lester clan. She was also a integral part of Treadwell's women's basketball history. So congratulations on her on being a nomination. Stanley McNeil. Michael Pierce made it. So congratulations to our guy, Mike.
I'm a little biased on this button because I'm kind of pushing for all the guys that I either play.
I know. I'm sure they can tell that now, but that's nothing against everybody else that's on the list. These are just some of Daryl's favorite because he played with them. Poochie Sadler. And to me, the enforcer of the women, and I had to push for her, Samantha Gavan Smith. She was the enforcer on that. She was the comedian, the enforcer, even though they didn't win, but 6 games in her entire career over there at Treadwell. But out of those 6, she was always the enforcer on that team. So congratulations, my friend Samantha. Tony Smith, Barry Wellington. Man.
Yeah, we looked up his stats.
Yeah. Man, you are freaking unbelievable. So I'm telling you, it's going to take an act of God for you not to be inducted to the Hall of Fame. But I know we had to add you to the list like everybody else. But I've heard so many good things about you. So congratulations to you. Reginald Wilson, got to give him kudos too. He was the quiet point guard. He knows how to run offense, but he was always quiet to himself.
Another one of those players that just played his role, could have done more scoring wise, but just sacrificed for the greater good of the team. And now, I think now Reg is like a
ping pong champion,
master ping pong
champion or something that I heard. But the guy never did. He was very soft spoken, man. Wouldn't say much and all that, but he get out there, man. And
he said it wasn't enough. He said he got one ping pong ball. That's enough. It wasn't enough balls out there for me, him, and Chuck.
And the bad part about it is Reg could actually shoot. He actually could shoot, but he always deferred. I can imagine going over there to some of those timeouts, and you make this pick for him. You make this pick for him. Give it to Daryl. Give it to Chuck. That had to be devastating sometimes.
Yeah, but I wasn't missing on that baseline.
I didn't say you was missing, but I'm just saying, at least coach, call to play for me sometimes. You know what I mean? Come on, don't.
Coach Curry was the type of player that he gave you the freedom to kind of do what you wanted to. Reginald just was a laid back type of person. It was more important for him to pass it and get the assist than the score.
Okay, if you say so. Okay, last 2, a scoring machine.
Oh wow,
a scoring machine. Mr. Terrence Woods.
Never saw him play in high school, but yeah.
This guy right here was money. I'm telling you that. And last but not least, Courtney Woodley. We want to, congratulate you for being a nominee. So
round of applause for all of the nominees. Yeah.
So this is our total list of nominees. So please go out to the Treadwell alumni homepage, Facebook, and vote for whoever you think should be inducted into the Treadwell Basketball Hall of Fame. Vote for as many as you like, individuals. You can only vote one time for one person, but you can vote for as many individuals as you like. We just wanted to make sure that you keep it honest and you really feel like that these individuals are deserving of being in the Treadwell Hall of Fame.
And for those who may not have access to the page or not on the page, if you want to send a vote in, email us at intheclutchpodcast at gmail.com, and we'll count those votes as well. We want to make sure we got representation from everybody.
Right.
Just like it's important to vote in this election, it's going to be important to vote for this, because we, like I said, anybody left off, it wasn't intentional. Anybody who don't make the cut, blame Terry.
Well, you can blame me. I can put it on my shoulders. But if you're going to come at me, make sure you got some proof. Show me some proof. I need to see some paper. I need to see some paper clippings. I need to see some articles. And you know what? And I'll be the first one to say, you know what? I screwed up. I didn't think about that. I ain't got no problem with that.
But there was a couple of people on the list that got nominated, and we couldn't find no type of.
We couldn't find any type of information, and that doesn't mean something, because there's a couple people on the list that's not out there that was not out there on the internet, but we heard from various multiple sources, credible sources. Credible sources.
Go by just one person.
So it's not all about that. But when you bring something to the table, if I was you, I would be. I ain't gonna say pissed, but I would want it. This is a prestigious club to be in, and who wouldn't want to be in it? But the only thing I'm saying is, if you want to debate, we can't debate the nominations, because we don't nominate. That came from you guys. It came from the Treadwell alumni. But if you feel like you should have been there and you were overlooked, and you come up and you got the data to back it, we ain't got no problem. We just want the best of the best in there. So. However way it gets in there, if you go in there a year or two later, you got to think about this. And it's just an honor to be on this list, because just think about the Hall of Fame in basketball, football, and all that type of stuff. You got people that's been waiting for 10 years to get in there. They finally get in there, and it's just as satisfying, but that don't make them any worse of a player than somebody that went before them. So just keep that in mind, that it's great to be nominated, and it's going to be even greater to be inducted.
Right. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcast. Subscribe and like the page. With that being said, another great show.
Yep.
Looking forward to how this is going to all turn out.
Yep. And also, we're planning on having, with this pandemic going on, we're planning for closer to the end of 2021 to have the actual induction ceremony.
If we can have an induction ceremony, some type of banquet, so we can actually formally introduce, the people who make it, and just, so everybody can come out and show, some appreciation and love.
Right. And if you don't make it, we still want you to sit up there and show up. It's all about Treadwell. It's like I said, all this was done within fun and games. Even though we're taking this selections and stuff seriously, our number one overall goal is the love of Treadwell High School. That hasn't been a high school in a lot of years. So we want to keep that tradition alive. We want to keep all that love alive, and let them know that, we're proud of our Eagles, and we want everybody to be a part of it.
And with that being said, what's our ending logo, motto?
You have been in the clutch.
Were you clutch?
I was clutch.
I was clutch too. We're out of here.
Take care.
Damn, baby. Wake up. Falling asleep, baby.
Come on.
There you at. Let me take you to. Before we watch the movie, man, you making me sleep.
Show up at your job.
How you doing, baby?
With some apple lotion, a lifetime of sexy draws and bras. Get in the car, let's go bars to stars, closer to Mars. Change the alphabets to you and I, cause this world is ours. What about our own beach? With a permanent path to fit our own feet. A copper squat, chief of sweet beneath our own palm tree. Enjoy yourself, girl, cause this on me. You keep your beat for what it's for. Important people, they can't reach you. We on the lost land like Tarzan, Janet Cheetah. Sipping margaritas, making love like we on overdub. And can't stop, buck naked. Nobody's supposed to be here, ask Deborah Cox. In your spot, laying in the sand while the waves rush the rocks. Seeing the sunset with a live jazz band. Shit, why not? Imagine we the only ones on Baywatch. Wake up.
Let me take you to my world. Let me take you